Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to it. Thank you for watching, I hope you are well. Today's video is a little mini book haul and I'm really excited to show you what books I've got, so let's get straight into the video. So I don't know about you guys, but I am very happy for all of the bookshops and libraries and charity shops, anything that deals with books, are back open. I absolutely love shopping for books. I don't mind where I get my books from, whether it's a library or whether it's independent bookshops or other bookshops or charity shops. I very much get books from anywhere, and this little book haul is from my library. So UK, everything opened on the 12th of April, and the 13th of April I went to the library, not by actually needing or wanting to go. My mum needed to pick a book up from there, and since we were in there I decided to have a little book browse, and I was absolutely shook by how many amazing books were there. And they were like books that have been new released either this year or just the end of 2020, and I'm just shook at that fact that my library had them there. Like, you don't have to wait around for them to get delivered or whatever. So I was like, oh my god. So this is the little lot that I've got. So a lot of these books I've had on my wish list and wanted to get, but for whatever reason I didn't get, and I'm absolutely so happy that they were there at my library, and even more happy that apart from one, all of them are in hardback. And the fact that I got them in hardback is brilliant, because A, hardbacks look pretty, B, hardbacks quite expensive when buying them. So the first book I want to talk about is a book that I am currently reading, and I need to actually finish today because it does need to go back tomorrow. But that is A Deadly Education, Lesson 1 of the Scholomance by Naomi Novik, who is the best-selling author of Uprooted and Spinning Silver. I haven't read Uprooted, but I do own Spinning Silver, I just haven't read it. But this is basically, I think, classed as a dark academia book. Don't hold your breath on that, I might be wrong. But basically this is a school of magic unlike any you have encountered. There are no teachers, no holidays, friendships are purely strategic, and the odds of survival are never equal. Once you're inside, there are only two ways out: you graduate or you die. So basically you follow character Galadriel, or L for short. I absolutely love the name Galadriel. It is beautiful and brilliant and just a strong name. And she is basically at the school with very little friends. She possesses a really dark power, strong enough basically to wipe out the whole world. And so she pretty much does everything she can to not use this power, because she knows a slight little use of it, she will probably kill someone. And yeah, she's a badass, and she knows she's a badass, but she's trying to refrain from being a badass because there's this prophecy that her great grandmother said about her being, basically she would be the reason why there's no world, kind of thing. But she is being hunted a lot by all of these monsters in the school, and at first she thought it was purely coincidental, but I think I'm halfway through. I'm on chapter 8, page 154, and like I said, I'll be finishing this tonight because it needs to go back tomorrow, because it was a fast track book, which I didn't realise, which means I only get a week to read it. Anyway, basically loads of monsters keep hunting her for no reason, and she wants to kill them, but she knows if she does, she probably is going to kill the whole school around her, or even herself. So she's like kind of doesn't. So she uses like these protective spells, or she uses her crystals that are full of mana just to try and stop them from going near her. But on top of that, she has this like bloke called Orion Lake who seems to be helping her out with killing all these monsters for her. There seems to be like an enemies to lovers sort of moment here. Like, she doesn't like him because she keeps thinking that he's the reason these monsters are going after her, because he keeps fighting them and bringing them to like her. But I think she's starting to realise that actually these monsters are going after her because they know she's a badass and can pretty much kill them with one click of a finger like that. So they want to kill her first. But basically she finds this big massive monster in the lower level of the school, which is all of like the start, like the first year kids. So they're young, you know, she's 16, so these ones must be like 11, 12, like whatever, like, yeah. And there's like this attack going on in the library, so everyone's dealing with that, but it's a ploy for this massive big monster to get there. And basically no one will know that these kids would have been dead because this monster would have just done its stuff very quickly, and all you would hear were the screams. And she decides, since no one knows where she is, no one knows that this monster's going on, she decides to try out her powers and see if she can defeat this monster. And she does. And now she's getting worried because she knows pretty much how big deal her powers are. And she's sort of now worrying, thinking if she lets this power in, is this going to make her evil? Is she going to then start wanting to kill everyone? It's really good. I'm currently at the 4-star mark with this book, just purely because there's very little plot to this book. But I'm thoroughly enjoying this. It is hilarious. Elle's character is a badass, but on top of that, she has the most bluntest personality going. She's so funny, and like the banter between her and Orion is just brilliant, and I love it. And even though there is a lot of like tension and problems going on with the school, every page I turn I'm having a right little cackle laughing over it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I will finish it tonight. So I will do a review of it when I do my April wrap up, but you won't see the book because it's already been gone. But I'm very enjoying it, and like I said, I will finish it tonight. And yeah. Next is a book that's been on my wish list and on my radar for ages, and a lot of people have started reading it and I've heard nothing but good things about it, and that's Adults by Emma Jane Unsworth. I don't know too much about this, but it's basically about Jenny, who is unloved, unemployable and emotionally unfiltered. Her long-suffering friend seems sick of her, and whilst the social media portrays her life as a bed of roses, it is more of a dying succulent. And Adults is what she wanted to be: a misadventure of maturity, a satire on our age of self-promotion, a tender look at the impossibility of womanhood, a love story, a riot. And Emma Jane Unsworth is the only voice to hear it from. Adults is an excruciating, a gut punch of hilarity, and a book laden with truth that you will read again and again. I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I'm really glad that my library had it, so I can't wait to get into this and read it and see all about it. Next is another book that has been on my radar for ages and people have been saying how good it is. It's also an author I have a lot of books of. I just haven't read yet. But I have got The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor, who is the best-selling author of Chalkman and Annie Tudor, and I've got all of the books, I just have not read them. But this, I think, is her newest release. Is it her? That is a really good question, because I don't know whether... Yeah, it's her. I've not read any books, but I always assume that it's either going to be he or she, and I'm completely wrong. But yeah, so basically it says 500 years ago, 8 martyrs were burnt to death. 30 years ago, 2 teenagers vanished without trace. 2 months ago, the vicar committed suicide. Welcome to Chapel Croft. For Reverend Jack Brooks and teenage daughter Flo, it's supposed to be a fresh start, new job, new home, but as Jack knows, the past isn't easily forgotten. And in a close-knit community where the residents seem as proud as they are haunted by Chapel Croft's history, Jack must tread carefully. Ancient superstitions as well as a mistrust of outsiders will be hard to overcome. Yet right away Jack has more frightening concerns. Why is Flo plagued by visions of burning girls? Who's sending them sinister threatening messages? And why did no one mention that the last vicar killed himself? Chapelcroft's secrets lie deep and dark as a tomb. Jack wouldn't touch them if not for Flo, anything to protect Flo, but the past's catching up with Chapelcroft and with Jack, for old ghosts' scores to settle never rest. It sounds amazing, and part of me feels like it's a cult, but it sounds like a cult, but I don't think it is. But I am just so here for it. I think it's going to be a little bit creepy, and yeah, I'm really excited to read it, and I'm so glad that I actually have got it from the library, because I never expected the library to actually ever have a hardback version of that book, to be fair. And another book that has recently been released, I think it was released last year or maybe the beginning of this year, I don't know, but it's by an author I absolutely adore, and I've read pretty much most of her books, and it's Dead to Her by Sarah Pinborough, and I am so excited. I loved Behind Her Eyes. That is my favourite ever crime thriller book, because my god did I not expect it. I know it's on Netflix and I keep meaning to watch it, but I'm really scared to, because the book was so brilliant. I don't think the TV adaptation is gonna be as good as the book. I also read Cross Her Heart, which again was brilliant. It wasn't as good as Behind Her Eyes, but it was still brilliant. And this is her new book, Dead to Her, and I don't know much about it. I just knew she had a new book out and I was like, yes. So, something old. When Marcy met Jackson Maddox, she couldn't believe her luck. Becoming Jason's second wife catapulted her into the elite world of high society. But underneath the polite old money manners, she knows she'll always be an outsider, and her hard-won life hangs by a thread. Something new. And Jason's widowed boss brings back a new wife from his trip to London. Young, beautiful, reckless, nobody can take their eyes off Keisha, including Jason. Something you can never ever undo. Marcy refuses to be replaced so easily. People would kill for her life of luxury. What will Marcy do to keep it? So basically, it's a bloke being an absolute bellend, and this woman making sure she's the only woman out there. I'm here for it, because, you know, sometimes men deserve what they get. Not all men, but men like that. And then the next book, which again has been on my wish list for ages, and it's been on my wish list that long that I've forgotten about it, but it's The Blessed Girl by Angela Machola, and it's about Instagram. Now I'm hoping I like it, because the last book I read that was about Instagram influencers, I really didn't like, and I didn't know I wouldn't like it. But we're going for it. We'll see. I might like it, I might not. It might be a flop for me. But it says blesser, noun, pronounced blesser, a person, usually male and married, who sponsors a younger woman with luxury gifts or a luxurious lifestyle in exchange for a short to medium term sexual relationship. Blessee, pronounced blessee, a person, usually female, who lives a luxurious lifestyle funded by an older, often married partner in turn for sexual favours. Young, beautiful, ambitious, Bontley Tor has a Johannesburg wrapped around her finger. Her generous admirers are falling over themselves to pay for her Mercedes, her penthouse, and her Instagrammable holidays. Bontley's come a long way, and it hasn't been easy. But what does she doesn't think about can't hurt her, can it? Yeah. Okay, actually reading it, I don't think is about Instagram. I was wrong there, but it sounds interesting. I want to know what it's about. I absolutely love the cover, and it just screams like a summer read to me. But yeah, they're the books that I've got from the library. I'm really excited to read them. I'm hoping I can get to them and read them before I have to give them back. I might, if not, just try and renew them. I also did get from the library, when lockdown was still going on, Laini Taylor, Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, which is up there but it's out of picture. I haven't read them yet, and that needs to go back at the beginning of May. So probably should get to them too, but like I said, sometimes I'm very fortunate enough that I can renew books as long as no one wants them, so I'm hoping to do that because I don't think I'm going to get through all of these books that quickly. But yeah, so that's my little library book haul. I do have a spring book haul, but I'm going to do a separate video of that because I still have got a few books on their way, and then I can show you what books I've got, because some of them I've got second hand, some of them I have got from my favourite independent bookstore, and some have been from supermarkets, some have been sent to me, some are from book subscriptions. Yeah, I have a big book haul to show you, but that's going to be in a separate video. But yeah, thank you for watching this little library mini book haul. If you've read any of the books, please let me know your thoughts down below, and that if you if you've liked this video, can you comment on there a book stack emoji? Because let's face it, the world and shops are back open, the bookshops are open, and I think all of us book lovers are really excited and happy about. But anyway, thank you for watching, take care, I will see you all again soon, bye.